Thank you for tuning into this episode of Health Reversion, where we're going to have a look at the festive season. And if you're not taking part in the festivities this year, you can keep these tips in mind and apply them to anything else. So it might be a big family dinner, it could be a wedding, it could be a big work function of some description, anything where there's going to be a smorgasbord of food and you're encouraged to eat, etc. I certainly don't have all of my ducks lined up in a row. I am not perfect. But when there are celebrations, and considering the year that we've all had, or the last couple of years that we've all had, that if there's a dinner invite or the opportunity for a big lunch or a smorgasbord, I want to go there and I want to live my life. I want to be able to go and enjoy those foods. And even though there might be, high fat foods and high sugar and all these kinds of combinations that usually I wouldn't in my weekly routine incorporate, but just so I can enjoy myself, just so I can live a little, I'm going to do some preparation before these particular events. So these 3 hacks that I've got for you today are going to help prime your digestion. They're going to help prime your metabolism so that when you do get to the event, you're ready to go. And those foods that may give you trouble, like I experience a lot of trouble with dairy, I experience trouble with high fat foods and high fiber foods. And so I don't have to worry too much about those particular issues and challenges, here are some steps that I take before a particular event like this. Number 1, consider fasting for as long as you can prior to the event. Now, if that's only 3 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours, fine. But if you can do it for even longer, so you know that the event's going to be at 12 o'clock on this particular day, if you can even start the night before and have that dinner, whatever usual dinner, and go through overnight and then through to the middle of the day, if that's something that you can pull off, that is going to supercharge your metabolism. It's going to supercharge your digestion. All your digestive juices are going to be fresh at their highest levels. All the bile, everything's ready to go to hopefully digest and not give you too many issues if you decide to gorge or have all of those lovely foods like the ice creams and the cakes and all the high sugar, high fat, etc. foods. Number 2, now when you're at the event, I know a lot of the time you're sitting down, and that's fine. If you're there and it's more appropriate to sit down, all good. But if you can, if there's an opportunity to walk and talk with somebody, if there's an opportunity to stand, if there's an opportunity, if it's a private function or a family or friend affair, and you're able to help out with some of the preparation or do some of the dishes, just any gentle movement that you can really do, because that's going to signal to your body, hey, we've just had a huge excess consumption of energy, and it looks like we've got a way to expend that energy right now. And that's what the body will do. It'll divert some of that energy instead of having to process that additional energy. And that's going to keep your energy levels higher for the day and possibly even deviate from that afternoon crash or that mid-afternoon sleep that a lot of people have to have after raising their blood sugar levels so high. And the final recommendation today is, once the festivities have ended, and you'll probably feel like doing this anyway, but just see how long you can fast post the event. So number 1 was to fast prior to the event, and then the final one is to look at how long you can fast post the event. Now, this could just be 5 hours or 6 hours, but it could be a day. And obviously you're still drinking fluids, you're still drinking your water, but you're looking to see how long you can go. And again, it just means that the body is going to go back, and as it's processing all of those foods, processing that energy, you're going to be reducing that surplus down, and the body can obviously draw on the energy, draw on the stores that it just made from the feast. And one final word here, I know how frustrating and overwhelming it can be when a social event is coming up, whether it's the Christmas festivities or a general birthday party or some sort of dinner out or lunch out, where you can become a bit apprehensive, somewhat worried about the foods that are going to be there. And obviously you think, oh, I haven't got any willpower, and these other people, they can just eat whatever they want and it doesn't impact them. And just one little note on that, because when we do compare ourselves to others and we look and we go, oh, that person can shovel down all that food and they sleep like a baby, they're healthy, they're fine. They're healthy for now. Their bodies are taking the abuse for now. And what happens a lot of the time is eventually their bodies just go, enough is enough, and this big volcano erupts and they start having all manner of health issues. So if you're one of those people that gets the symptoms, gets the challenges straight away from when you eat foods, then it's really advantageous when you think about it, because it's your body saying, hey, for whatever reason, this isn't something that we like, this isn't something that we can assimilate. You've got some work to do, whether that's working on supplementation, working on stress levels, working on finding out more about the genes, whatever it happens to be, you've got that advantage because you've been given the clue early, whereas many others don't get that clue until they're in their 40s, 50s and 60s, and then they have all of these health problems. So just something to keep in mind. I wish you all the best this festive season, and I hope these recommendations today can be implemented and allow you to enjoy them to their full extent. Keep well.